In this episode of Being Forward, we speak with Bibiana Lau, Senior Director Sales at Suntec Singapore. She elaborates on the cultural pressures and challenges that women in Asia face and what support means to women in Asia. So, to start this conversation, can you give us an understanding of what pressures and challenges women in Asia face?
I feel that it is the cultural aspect that the women face the most. Dual income families, the husband works, the wife works, but the wife somehow have this additional pressure of taking care of the family, taking care of the parents, taking care of the child. So if both have to contribute to the work, to the family, it's always the woman that takes on a little bit more of the job scope. And I think this is just culturally that we are exposed to that. We have been taught since very young that we have to take care of our parents, our grandparents. So it's all part of a culture that we all live in, that we have to deal with, and it's a tough balancing act.
Yeah. So for a professional businesswoman like yourself who are taking care of home, taking care of work because you are in senior leadership, so what does support mean to businesswomen in Asia like yourself?
It means a lot actually, because to get to do the job well, I'm not even saying to get to being up there to be a leader, to just get to do the job well, you need a lot of support, not just from your peers, not just from your family, but also from people outside, because sometimes the job is so difficult to get done that you need people outside to guide you, to give you some kind of a feedback, to tell you from experiences how to get it done. So I would say the support needed is not just friends and family, but also people from the industry. We all know each other. We all just lend a helping hand, just lend a listening ear. It can be something that you have gone through. It can be something you have not gone through, but just being there, I think that's very important for the woman. Men born over beer and all that. Women also, I must say, we also born over drinks and all that, but the conversation tends to go a different level. And from there, you know who your true friends are, who are the ones that will be with you every step of the way. And you will, and like everybody knows, right, there are mentors in every phase of your life. And I have mentors in every phase of my life. And I have been given very good guidance, and I also want to be there for every of my staff, every of my friends, every of my colleagues that I have the opportunity to give back. And it's not about the big things I have done, you know. It's about, sometimes it's about how you manage the home front well, because I am a big advocate of, if you want to do your job well at work, your home has to be in perfect condition, in a good condition, so that you can come to work with no worries about what's happening at home, and you can give that 110% at the job that you are tasked to do. And I think that's very important. So, but to get there, sometimes people just don't know the way to get there, and you know, you just need little help, little nudging along the way, and that's what I feel that's most important.
Can you give us one example? Let's say in a period of time where you are stressed, and you know, perhaps the call could be out of alignment. You know, so if there is one support you can get from someone, what would that be?
I think for me there are many times, and of these scenarios that came up, more so when my kids were young. I'm a mother of two. My kids are not so young now, but when they were young, of course children fall sick, but I have to go for a trade show. I leave on Sunday night, and then they always have to fall sick at the right time, you know, when things like that happen, then who do you lean on to? And I must say the family support is relatively strong. And you need that family support. You need the understanding from your partner. You need the family, your in-laws, or even your helper to help you, to make sure that you can go and you have go with a sort of a settled mind, and call back in and all that, and you know that they also treat your kid like theirs. especially if you have helper or in-law, and make sure that the home front is right. For some of the staff or some of the friends that I have, and they're not so fortunate to have that kind of scenario, right? I always share with them that then you have to then you have to reach out and see if there are friends who will help you along the way. And there are. I mean, nobody wants to see anybody in the distress alone. And I feel that you just need to find the right person out there who will be able to help you on all fronts, be it giving you advice when the child is sick, be it giving you advice when work of a certain project is not going right. You'll find that you don't really need the subject expertise to be giving you the advice. You find that it very much goes back to very, very fundamental policies in life that you want to have. And I think that's something that, as long as someone opens up, give you a listening ear, then yes, yeah. But it takes two hands to clap also, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it also sounds to me that, you're constantly busy taking care of kids or family. There are work pressures like all of us go through. What about Bibiana the person?
Bibiana the person.
How much time do you allocate to Bibiana the person developing?
Bibiana the person. When I was early on in my career, it's just me, myself, and I, right? Then of course you go into a relationship, you get married, then me, myself, and then the family. And then when you have kids, it's the kids first, then myself. At a point in time, I really didn't have time for even pedicure and manicure or even massages. But after a while, you sort of know how to balance out, and you felt that, oh, you actually have a little bit of time for all these. And you don't need a lot, you actually need just a little bit to wind down, to tell yourself, this is me time, and you'll find that you are rejuvenated. I just need maybe 2 hours to get out, to go to my favorite bookshop, to just browse around, and then I find that, okay, I'm ready to face the week's challenge or face the kids at home who are crying and all. So sometimes you just need that. I ever remember that when I had my kid, it was, I think, my first one, and I was still with a DMC at that point in time, and we were doing this project, and I said, I want to go back to work. And they say, you must be crazy. I said, yeah, I need that me time. And that me time at that point in time is me doing my work in this other room. And then I'm sure my mother-in-law will take care of her, my maid will take care of her, she'll be well fed with the milk and everything. And I just need that 3 hours so that I feel that I'm sane. I have a purpose in life, and my purpose in life is this other thing. It's not just the family, but there's this other thing that I can go back to. Okay. So, but not everybody believes that is right. Everybody has different philosophy in life. Everybody have different wants in life. But that's what it is, and it's grounded me in some way or another. I respect the needs and the wants of individual women, but there is always something that you have to hold on to, and you have to find that yourself. It's not what I'm telling you. It's not work that I'm telling you about. There are other things.
I like the fact that you mentioned purpose, because I think knowing a purpose, knowing who you are with or without work is very important for everyone, not just women, but everyone. Yes. Because I think it really grounds all of us. Yes. And what I absolutely also love from what you said earlier is to know what it takes to make yourself centered again, whether it's a 2-hour browsing in bookshop, whether it's just a 10 minutes, I don't know, just pondering or daydreaming that allow you to say that, okay, at least you have chosen a period of time to be you.
That's right.
Can I just bring the conversation back to the work front? There is a perception that in our culture, managing upwards, managing difficult conversation can be quite challenging in our culture, because obviously being Asians, we are always
a bit more
taught,
quiet.
And also like the respect for our elders, the way we approach things could be quite different. So what advice would you have, reflecting at your career, for the past couple of decades? What advice would you have given yourself 20 years ago, for example, to the young Bibiana, in terms of the approach to managing upwards that is still agreeable within our culture, that really doesn't really change us as a person?
The management landscape has actually moved. I think women are going up the ladder, but it is still not there if you compare it with men. And this is something that we know what it is today. I cannot say 20, 30 years down the road. But I think there are certain attributes that I have had the experience to come across in the last maybe 4 or 5 employers that I have. And I've read books. There are many books out there that you can read of a super extraordinary woman that is very well acclaimed in things they do and how they've managed it. Read those. But I think the most 4 fundamentals that I would have put across, which is build an inclusive environment. I have been in an environment where women is not an inclusive one, and I absolutely hate it. I think we have, if we are at the top, we have to build a culture where it's an all-inclusive one. I'm not just saying women, I'm saying all. And this all here even includes people that are not able like us and all that. We have to build that inclusive culture. Second is be empathetic to everybody. Have a compassion heart. People will come to you and staff may come to you and tell you their problem, and you look at them like, are you sure? But it is not what it is, because they don't see it. They don't see what you see, and this is where you have to have empathy in your feeling and your compassion towards them, and share with them and guide them and try to open up their clouded thoughts of things so that they can actually see it themselves through the guidance that you give them. The third point that I think that is pretty important is to provide a platform where you can do formal and informal mentoring. Be it boss to the most junior, or be it peer-to-peer. I think that's very important, because we spend a huge amount of hours a day actually in a working environment, not at home. And I think what we are, or what I am today, is actually very much molded from what I learned through the last 20 odd years of my career. And I think mentoring is very important, be it formal or informal. So I think that is very important to have in a company. And last is, one must truly show the true sense of professionalism. Don't use additional knowledge that you have, personal knowledge that you have of a person, and don't use it against them. Be it whether you are peer-to-peer or you are a boss to a subordinate. I think that you have to keep that professionalism very, very important, because that's what makes you who you are, and not about the little things that everybody talks around you and beside you. I think that's very important. So the 4 points: empowering, equality in the office, all-inclusive environment, and of course professionalism you have to show, empathy and compassion in your outreach to the staff, and last but not least, you have to have try to create an informal or formal a platform for informal and formal mentoring. I think that's pretty important, because the mentor stays with you for life. The company may not, but the mentor stays with you for life.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you feel that you've learned from a mentor, male, female, doesn't really matter, that hold close to your heart?
Wow, that's a lot, because I mentioned, I have a privilege of being in very good companies. Very, very. I've learned a lot from each of them. If there is any one, then I would say it's my first boss. How she managed the home front, how she managed her company, how she managed the relationship with the staff, with the clients. And I think this is something that have always been ingrained in me, and maybe also because she's a woman, that's why. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One final question. Throughout your career, what have you learned about trust and respect?
Oh, trust and respect. It's not something that you can earn or you can pay for it very easily. It's over a period of time, a period of very long time. It's things that happens along the way that you learn about a person, you respect a person. It is not by one incident, second incident, third incident. So it's not like that. It's really a long process. So I think it takes years for you to earn respect, for you to know whether this person is really someone that you want to be associated with. So I don't think it's that easy to get. It takes a lot of time.